Have you ever felt something in your bones before tragedy struck? Have you ever seen someone act differently, almost like they knew their time was coming? Is it possible that the universe whispers to us before death arrives? Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today's episode is one that might send chills down your spine, but also offer a sense of awe and mystery about life and what lies beyond. We're exploring a profound question many have asked across cultures and centuries. Are there signs before someone passes away? We'll uncover 5 deeply unsettling, yet fascinating signals that many believe precede death. These signs aren't just superstition, it's rooted in ancient wisdom, spiritual tradition, and thousands of real-life stories passed down from generation to generation. This isn't a topic of fear, but one of understanding. If death is the final chapter, these signs might be the silent turning of the page. Let's begin. Let me take you into the story of a man named Harold. Harold was 89, a retired professor with a quiet life and a sharp mind. 1 week before his passing, something changed. He began giving away his belongings, his books, his watches, his journals. He said nothing about dying. He simply said, "I don't need these anymore." His children were confused, even a little concerned. But Harold smiled and said, "I just feel light." 4 days later, he passed in his sleep. That's the first and perhaps most overlooked sign, the silent preparation. Some people, even without illness or warning, begin to tidy their life. They call old friends, apologize for past wrongs, give things away, talk more about memories than plans. It's as if the soul knows and begins the process of untying itself from the world. This doesn't mean everyone who acts this way is near death. But when this energy shift appears suddenly in someone previously rooted in the futures, it may be a signal. The second sign is chilling in its consistency. It's a sudden burst of energy in the terminally ill. Hospice nurses often report this. A patient who has been unresponsive for days will suddenly wake up and talk clearly, eat, even laugh. It's called the round, and it often happens 24 to 48 hours before death. I met a nurse who told me about a woman who hadn't spoken in a week, and then one morning she sat up, asked for orange juice, and told her daughter she loved her and sang an old lullaby. He died peacefully that night. Doctors can't explain it fully. Some say it's the brain's final surge, others say it's the soul's last gift to loved ones. Whatever it is, it's real and it's profound. The third sign is more spiritual, the presence of visitors. Many people report seeing deceased loved ones, angels, or mysterious figures in the days before they die. They might speak to them, reach toward them, or stare into corners of the room and smile. This happens across cultures, religions, and ages. Children especially will often say things like, "Grandma's here. There's a man by the window. She says I'll be okay." Skeptics call it hallucination. Believers call it spiritual transition. But one thing is undeniably, these experiences bring peace, not fear. It's as if something or someone is coming to guide them home. The fourth sign is physical, of a deeply symbolic. Changes in the body's rhythm. There's a pattern the body follows as it nears death. Breathing slows, then quickens. Skin tone changes. Hands and feet cool. The eyes take on a glassy look. But beyond bio-watcher, it's a presence in the room. Nurses call it the veil. The air feels heavier. Time seems to slow. Conversations become sacred. The room feels like a chapel. Even those who don't believe in the afterlife often say something shifted. It's not just the end of a body, it's the beginning of a mystery. The fifth and most poetic sign is this: the person begins to speak in metaphors. They may say, "I'm getting ready for a trip. My train is coming. I'll see you at the shore. I'm packing my bags." They're not confused, they're not talking nonsense. They're expressing something their conscious mind can't articulate, but their soul understands. They're preparing for a journey. These metaphors are not just poetic, they are ancient. Cultures around the world use the metaphor of travel to describe death. Because deep down, we all know we're not just ending, we're going somewhere. Let me tell you about Sarah, a woman in her 60s who had been battling cancer. One night as she asked her daughter to bring a wedding photo album, they looked through every picture. He pointed to one and said, "Did tell your father I'll meet him under the oak tree." He passed 2 nights later. Her husband had been buried under the oak tree on their property. No one had spoken about it. He just knew. So what do these signs tell us? They tell us that death is not a thief that sneaks in suddenly. It's a visitor that knocks gently, leaving clues, giving time, preparing us. These signs don't mean we should fear every shift or word, but they remind us life is sacred, and so is its closing. When you witness these moments, pause, listen, inner them. Even in sorrow, there's grace. If you've ever experienced something like this, the loved one saying goodbye in strange ways, a sense of knowing before it happened, or witnessing peace in their final hours, share your story in the comments. Let us build a library of remembrance, a place where mystery meets meaning. And if this video brought you clarity or comfort, please support the channel, like the video, subscribe for more soulful insights, share it with someone who needs to feel less alone in their grief. Because while we cannot escape death, we can learn to walk beside it with reverence. Thank you for watching this video.